Thank you for all that you do to glorify God and serve others by sharing so generously of your time, talent, and treasure. Well, the good news is we can have an impact in our community, not just in the present, but we can leave a lasting legacy by participating in the St. Michael Legacy Society. Creating a strong endowment is important to me because it's one way of ensuring that our parish will thrive for generations to come. Please continue watching for important information about planned giving from two of our parishioners, Chrissy Knopke and Troy Kuhn.
So welcome everybody, and thank you for joining us today. We're going to do a brief overview of the planned giving in St. Michael the Archangel Legacy Society. And joining us here today is Chrissy Knopke. She's a parishioner and an estate planning attorney. We have Troy Kuhn. He's also a parishioner and he's a wealth manager.
We're excited to be here.
Yeah, great to be here, Rob. Thanks.
Good. Troy, to get us going, what is planned giving and what do Catholics need to consider with planned giving?
Yeah, absolutely, Rob. Thanks. We all know the concept of tithing, right? I mean, this is something that comes from the Bible, the Old Testament. We're asked to give a portion of our first fruits. And this comes about in our budget, right? We tithe to St. Michael's, whether it's weekly or anywhere up to annually. And this pays for the ongoing operations of the parish. Planned giving is above and beyond our tithe. So these are additional gifts that we provide to the parish. So for instance, you might have a real estate holding, or maybe you have something like a part of your IRA that you'd like to give to St. Michael's. That would be considered a planned giving idea. The key though is it is above and beyond your tithe. Now, Catholic planned giving kind of takes it to a different level, right? We all know that our gifts are from God, everything, financial, etc. And one of the doctors of the church, St. Thomas Aquinas, would say, it's great to have private ownership of things. And it's important that we're thinking about the greater good with our gifts. And that's really a big part of planned giving, is how do we discern, how do we give those gifts to others? Well, that comes through prayer, right? We sit down, we pray with our family, and we discern, how should we handle our financial gifts and which should we give? It's really our way of gratitude.
Chrissy, what is the St. Michael the Archangel Endowment Fund, and how can anybody support this through planned giving?
Right. So like Troy was saying, it's completely different than our actual tithe that we give as parishioners. So any money that is kept in our endowment fund at St. Michael's is actually kept in a fund that is invested, and the principal is kept intact. And so the idea is that if we grow that principal enough and it's producing income, we can use that income at the parish for capital expenditures that we didn't, budget for in a year that's over the operational budget. And so the idea is to build the fund enough that in any year where we may need more funds to do something, we can use the income from the endowment fund to do that. So there's several ways that you can support the endowment. So you can essentially nominate a beneficiary. So you can nominate the St. Michael the Archangel Endowment Fund as a beneficiary in a will, or if you have a trust in your family, you can do it that way as well. You can contribute right now during your life. So you could write a check. You could distribute an asset such as a car or a piece of real estate right now while you are alive. You can also defer the gift until later. So it could be a payable on death designation or a transfer on death designation on any type of financial account, from a checking account, savings account, retirement account, life insurance, and again, even real estate can have beneficiary designations in Kansas and Missouri. So there are lots of ways to support the endowment with things that you already own, and you could make that gift now while you are alive, or you could defer it until after you pass away.
So Chrissy, of course, we all like to give to charities out of the goodness of our heart, but are there any tax benefits to giving to the endowment?
Yep, so there's several tax benefits. So not only is the biggest benefit that you're essentially keeping your parish alive and making sure your legacy lives on, and the parish that you belong to and that benefited your life, you're continuing that mission here at St. Michael's, but it also will help with your actual taxes. So You could have a reduction of income taxes. If you are someone who needs a reduction of estate taxes, that could happen as well. And then it could help in the sense of gift taxes. So all of those things can be accomplished. A lot of the gifts also are directed in a way that if there's a capital gains issue, we can severely reduce those capital gains, or if not, just eliminate them.
Troy, tell us what a good next step would be.
Absolutely, Rob. I think there would be two things that we would like to do. First, really choosing the right advisor. It's important to pick somebody that really understands Catholic values and beliefs and understands and appreciates what these are about. The other thing regarding your advisors, they need to really understand the laws and the rules that are out there. For instance, in the estate planning world, there are sunset clauses set to expire in 2025. And here in 2020, the CARES Act was passed earlier this year for pandemic relief. There are certain gifting provisions that are specific to 2020. So as much as we all want to get through 2020, let's make sure we still plan and get what we can get out of 2020. The second thing we would ask is that people join the St. Michael the Archangel Legacy Society. This is an organization that probably has about 20 or so that we are aware of at this time, but we'd like every parishioner and family to join the Legacy Society. And this is done by adding St. Michael's to a will, a trust, maybe a beneficiary of an asset. However, as Chrissy mentioned earlier, this does need to be done appropriately.
Chrissy and Troy, thank you so much for joining us here today and for giving us such an informative presentation.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks, Rob.
Thank you for watching, and thanks again for your generous support of our parish now and in the years to come. Please prayerfully consider joining the St. Michael Legacy Society. Please contact our parish administrator, Rob Lish, for more information or if you have any questions. God bless.